Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm sure I'll see you at one of these events again
All
soon.
time, we got Mark with the Mindful Reality podcast, who I've been a guest on, and it was a blast.
Thank you for having me, honestly, and I cannot wait to do it again. We're going to do this again in the future. I just know it.
What's up, everybody? Thanks, Lisa. We're here. This is going to be a pretty quick one because we don't have the results of the HOH. I'm probably not going to have those results before I go to bed, but this was just going to be a quick recap of the episode. I thought that for the most part, we saw everything in the episode already. What we got to see that we didn't get to see before was, I don't think that anybody really talked too much about what the competition was. It was one that we have seen before. We've seen it on the challenge. No, we haven't seen it on the challenge. That's not what I meant to say. We've seen it on Survivor several times. And we've seen it on Big Brother a couple of times, as Tammy was saying, if you were on my earlier live. And it was that one where you have to roll the ball from one end to the other, and it has a bunch of twists and turns. Hi, America, then. And you have to get it to the other end. Sari did terrible in this challenge. And the other three of them, Jag did okay. Jag did pretty good. I think he was like 1:15. And Matt beat out Corey by 8 seconds. Because I think that Corey had 53 seconds and Matt had 45 seconds. So it was pretty close. The last title said, yeah, because... Well, that was because I was planning to turn it off before the show came on because this channel is on warning. So everything that I put up that has any sound of a show or even like a 2-second clip, I get a copyright thing on this channel. So that actually kind of concerns me for future monetization. But on the music and mental health channel, I don't have any strikes. I don't have any warnings. I don't have anything. Sometimes I'm even tempted to put on live streams over there because it's not really an issue that of me having the live stream. It's just that I happen to have a couple of things that they were putting in the episode. So those things got flagged. Then you get on some kind of list, and then your channel is on high alert once you have a warning on the channel. Same thing happened to me some years ago with Facebook. But better safe than sorry, because this channel is actually monetized. So therefore, I'm not testing the waters with that too much. I am testing the waters a little bit because I had the show on in the background. So you could hear the audio a little bit, but hi, CRM. So the reason that one was long was because I had it on for the whole episode. That was the reason why it ended up being that long. Not that I can't talk for an hour or two without an episode on, but that was the reason why for that. Yeah, I'm not risking it. So we saw that Matt won the tournament, and now we understand, as Retro pointed out in... I don't know if Retro's here. Hold on a minute. We saw, as Retro pointed out, that we were not seeing Matt on the live feeds. And the reason we weren't seeing Matt on the live feeds is because obviously Matt and Jag decided, I mean, why am I saying Matt and Jag? Matt and Sari decided that they were going to use the power to save Jag. Well, let's rephrase that. Sari decided that Matt was going to use the power to save Jag. That's better. And that's how that ended up happening. But they didn't show it to us on the feed. Hey, what's up, Andre? What's up, Edward? Let's see. Trill. Anyone else who's on here? Hit the like button. I'm glad Matt won also. And Julie held her cards really well because she alluded to it a few times. She was like, well, Jag is down 4 votes to 0 so far, but will Matt use the power of invincibility? So far, Jag is down this many votes to this, but let's see what happens. I'm like, okay, Julie, hint, 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 hint. Clearly you're going to save Jag. Clearly Jag got saved. But then when she held it on just a little bit longer, she had me convinced for a little bit. She had me convinced for a few seconds. I'm like, okay, maybe she's not going to use it. Or maybe Matt didn't use it. That's what I thought. And then when I heard the thing, I was like, okay, Matt is saved. Matt saved him. Hey, Retro. The link is up there if you wanted to hop on. I think Matt wanted to save Jag himself, but he needed approval from Sari. He wouldn't do it if Sari did not approve. Definitely. I think none of them would, frankly. I was tricked as well. I was like, wow, they're really not going to use it. The whole time I was thinking it was going to get used. The whole time. They masked that very well. See, Edward, I think of multiple scenarios too, because I think of what was happening last night. I think of the conversation that America had with Jag, where she told Jag and Blue, don't trust Sari, Felicia, Jared, and Izzy. And she stated that very strongly to both of them. And he was like, well, I'm trusting them for now, but obviously I'm not trusting them to the end. Like, I trust you and Corey. So I think to myself, is it a possibility that if Jag, I don't think Blue will win, but like if Jag, Corey, or America win, they end up having a 4 because them breaking off from Sari's group kind of changes the playing field. And then if they have a 4, I'm sure Cam and Red would happily hop on, even if it's not a real alliance. If they knew that there was 4 strong and they had a chance to join that to be able to take out one of Sari's numbers, I think that they would. Would Jag do that? I don't know. But it's possible. I'm for letting people go out of the house when it's their time to go out of the house. I'm for that. And then you could have used that power. I mean, I'm talking about if I was in the house, by the way. Like, as a fan, it was cool to see it get used. But if I'm talking as somebody who was in the house, I would want somebody to go out the door. And then I would want to use that knowledge. I would be like, yo, Matt, if I was Matt, I would tell Sari. If I was Sari, I would tell Matt, let everyone know that you have that power. So you can use that for next week. So they're not going to vote somebody that you can save because they don't want their week to get reset. So you can use that. You could have used that as power over the HOH. But it is what it is. Big Brother's happy because it generated interest in this episode, and it gave them that additional week for the Luke thing and probably set them up to be able to do a double eviction. So Big Brother won tonight. I agree. The other episodes were all unanimous votes. It wasn't even interesting. This one was a unanimous vote too, but it was just interesting because of the power being used. I hope Matt doesn't go home this week after making that move. I don't think he will. I mean, I don't think that he's a main target for anyone. I know he's high up on Cerie's list, so he's protected on that side. But even if he's not a top guy on the other side, he's not a bottom guy either. I think there's plenty of people they take shots at before Matt. I don't know who knows aside from Cirie and probably Jared. Cirie told Jared. I can't see her not having told Izzy. So I'm sure at least Cirie, Jared, and Izzy know. Well, I know that Jared knows because I saw her tell him. And I assume Izzy knows. But aside from that, I'm not terribly sure. By the way, if you're still here, have a good night, Retro. Thanks for hopping on. I'm wondering, I'm so excited to see a double or triple eviction on this season. I want to see that so bad. I hope it's next week that we get a double. I would love for next week to be a double. I just want to see them hustling and scrambling and not knowing what to do. Who would be a great person to win the second HOH in the double? If America doesn't win it this week, America would be great to win it next week. And if not, I would love to see who would be another good one. Bowie. Shake things up. I think I'm with a lot of people because I know a lot of people who follow my channel are like, I don't have a strong favorite. So I'm just excited to see the biggest agent of chaos. And that's what I am every single week. I'm not like, oh, I really want this person to stay. I'm really rooting for Blue, or I'm really rooting for Jag, or I'm really rooting for this one. I root for Cirie to stay in the house because Cirie is the biggest storyline. That's my main reason why I want Cirie to stay as long as possible. Even if she gets out in 4, 3, 5, I don't care. As long as she makes the jury house. Because if she were to leave like next week, the show would get more evenly distributed. Like there's more chances for everyone to win. But it would be way more boring to watch. I cannot imagine this season without Cirie on it. I hope so. Because of this week, nobody goes home. I bet next week will be double. I hope so. That's somebody I'd also like to see win. I mean, people are saying that they think that Cirie would be in charge, but I have seen her to be an independent thinker for sure. We haven't had a strong show favorite this season. They do play with their emotions. They change every minute. That's true. About time you hop off. They probably created a new alliance. Well, the feeds are still down, so I assume the feeds are going to be down for a while. And we're going to be getting cats and dogs indefinitely. Because this is what has been happening on Thursday now. Thursday used to be like they put the HOH tournament, they start it during the episode and they play for 10 minutes or so. And then like an hour later, you pop on the feeds and you see them talking about the tournament. You see them talking about who won. And then you see them later like, check out my HOH room. I was telling all you guys. Last year, I watched everybody's HOH because they showed them when they got the key. This was on the feeds. They showed them when they got the key, and they showed them when they said, "Hey guys, who wants to see my HOH room?" And then they unlocked the door. They showed them when they were looking at their basket. They showed them when they were reading their letter, crying. You got to watch the letter being read in full, beginning to end. They zoomed in on all the family pictures. You got to see the baskets. You got to see everything that they got. And you would see them sitting in the room, chilling, laughing, playing games. We don't see any of that. They cut out all of the stuff directly after the competition ends. They cut that all out. 100%. And then they show you footage hours later when they're not even talking about it anymore. And they don't even show you the HOH room until after they did the whole recording of the HOH room. I think we all do. I mean, people wanted to root for Taylor, and Taylor won. Who's the underdog on 23? That's a little harder. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think 23 had a strong underdog. 22, maybe Enzo was an underdog. Probably. Yeah, I wish I knew. This is the thing that makes me even more upset, Andre. It's not even that we were able to see the whole competition beginning to end, but we would see the start of the competition. So at the very least, we would be able to see what they were doing. Now they're like, we'll show you everything on Sunday. And then we have to wait until like Friday or like very early Friday morning to try to put the pieces together. And that irritates me to no end. I want to say a mental, but it's physical. West Coast doesn't air until 9 p.m. Yeah, 9 p.m. your time. Oh, yeah, you're right. But I still remember seeing them an hour or so. I was not watching the live feeds at like, what time is it? 9 to 10, 11, 12, 1. I was not watching the live feeds at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I think they were spoiling it before, because I definitely recall hopping on many of my live feeds on Thursday nights, and it was not 9 p.m. Pacific time, and the feeds were up. Maybe people complained. I don't know. Be something if Jag. Oh man, it would be crazy if Jag gets it. It would be so crazy if Jag gets it. Wild, man. It would be wild. I almost wouldn't mind Jag getting one just to see what he would do. Especially with America saying she's such a close friend of him. Would she help him out, or would he do what he wants and stick by Sari? I wonder if it's because of time. Notice how people are giving shout outs. Yeah, but so here's the thing about that. Yes, they gave extra shout outs as the shout outs were extra long and all that. But they're putting more stuff in the episode itself. They could cut some of the episode down to give more time for that. Especially some of the things that they know everybody has seen in the feeds already. Sometimes I think they're just filling the time on purpose, because they don't want us to even have an inkling. I feel like they're trying to boost their Thursday numbers especially by showing us less stuff than they used to. I feel when it comes to certain players, they need to learn how to take their frustrations from the game. I know, right? I know, right? If you're frustrated, get in that game and win something. I'm looking at you, Bowie. I'm looking at you, Izzy. I'm looking at you, Corey. I'm looking at you, America. Y'all are so frustrated, but just win something and that changes everything. Win something. Win something. Okay. I'm still checking the feeds to see. Yep, we're still having cats on the feeds. Listen to me here. Listen to me here. Cam's face should be pissed. I don't even like Cam. Cam stood and held a button for almost 14 hours. It's been the first time in years since they brought the pressure cooker back. He won the second longest HOH tournament in Big Brother history. And he didn't even get to send one of his nominees home. I would be furious if I was him. I don't defend him often, but that look was justified. Oh, man. Any of the other HOH tournaments, that chastity thing, the roulette thing that Mama Fee won, the balance beam thing that Cameron won, not Cameron, Riley won. Those are like nothing compared to this. To have them use that twist on this week was cruel. That was downright cruel. Oh, when he heard that noise come on, he was already tight. Like, you cannot be serious. In the words of John McEnroe, if you guys know anything about John McEnroe, you cannot be serious. He was devastated. Can't believe they all voted Jack and then hugged him, and then he got this. It's so crazy, right? Even Sari was hugging him, and she knew 100%. What are we here? Julie I know. Julie held the suspense this day. Julie held on to the suspense. Julie was serving suspense. I'll take anybody. Me too, actually. Well, I don't want Jared to win either. I can't lie. Anyone else, though? Cameron and Jared. Those are the three people I definitely do not want to see win. Actually, to tell you the truth, I would not be that mad at Red winning. I just don't want Cam to win. His head would explode like Brain on Pinky and the Brain. That's what his brain would start looking like. Cam, what are we going to do tonight? Same thing we do every night, Red. Try to take over the Big Brother house. The Red and the Cam. The Red and the Cam. One is a genius. The other's insane. Guess which one is which? Out of those two. Who's a genius and who's insane? Julie needed them Big Brother numbers back up. Yep. That twist was good for Big Brother, like I said. That was a W. That was a W for Big Brother, the company. I can't wait for these feeds to come on because this is not a season where every week is kind of the same depending on who wins. This is a week where it changes significantly depending on which person wins every week. And I know that sounds like an obvious statement, but it's really not an obvious statement. Jag wins, the week changes. Cam Red wins, the week changes. Sari, Felicia, or Izzy wins, the week changes. Sari wins, the week changes. Blue wins, the week changes. Yep. Red can be easily moved, so if he did get it, Sari would get to him. But Cam would be in his ear too, so it's interesting. Like, I don't necessarily know 100%. You know, it's going one way or another. I just don't know. It's a tough call. I would love for Matt to get the HOH, but I wouldn't love if Matt got the HOH and he ended up just doing exactly what Sari wanted him to do. I'm fine with people consulting their alliance members. That's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But in terms of, hey, Sari, what do I do? I'm going to make a move without you because you know the game better than me and I don't know the game. Nah, stop that. I'm not with that. I'm not with that.
Okay. I found this on the web for what do I do? I'm not.
Siri is talking to me. I mean, Siri is talking to me right now. Siri, stop listening.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Oh, wow. I don't know if y'all heard that, but yeah, I'm not going to say the name again. She's being rude right now. He wouldn't make the decisions. I agree, Mark. Yeah, he's totally submitted to Sari, and she likes that. The thing with Sari, and it's funny how you heard her say, oh, he's gone way up to like 4 or maybe even 3. She always has an exit plan and an escape plan for whoever it is. Sari does. Like, Sari does not hold on to people and get emotional like, I'm going to take this person to the end. The only person she feels that way about is Jared. And legitimately, I feel like if Jared made some massive mistake to where he had a big target on her back, she would be like, I love you, son, but you got to go. And look what he said in the episode. He was like, I know that she's my mom and she's a legend, but I'm not here to play the same game as you, and I'm trying to be a legend in my own right. And I'm like, that says a lot. Because if I'm going on the game, and if my two choices are with my legendary mom on the show with me secretly, and my options are listen to her because she has all the experience and you have none, or go against the grain and try to do this wild way because you want to make a name for yourself, dog. If I went on the show with my mom and that was her experience, we not doing that. Now, if me and my mom got cast to the show, like evil dick type of thing, or, you know, twin twist, basically any familial like bond that you had on the show, where we are both coming on the show fresh. We've both never been on a show, and this is both of our first show. I would be like, okay, we are equally figuring things out, so everything is equal. But if it's a show where the other family member has been on like 6 shows and I've been on none, and this is my first one, I'm going to lean on them. You give me the advice. Not that I'm gonna do 100% of everything that you're telling me to do, but I'm gonna do a strong 75%. He's like, I want to go against the grain. Anybody except Sam and Red? Sam? Am I missing something? Oh, Cam, that's supposed to say. You took the words right out of my mouth when it comes to HOH. Remember, you have followers and you have leaders. Sheeps and shepherds. Sari, Cam are leaders. I think Cam wants to be a leader. So we will let Jared stay before herself. He won't do the same. I used to think that. I know he wouldn't let her stay over him. I know that for sure. I agree on that. But her letting him stay over herself, I know she said that early. But I think that it depends on who has the best chance of winning. One day I want to see Jared on the block. I know. I hope he goes on the block this week. That would be so interesting. It's true. It's true. And I consider myself a shepherd more than a sheep. I don't follow people. I don't follow trends. It's not for me. Yeah, I knew what you were saying. I knew what you were saying, Miss Snappy Kid. So predictions before I hop off of here. Who do you think is going to win the HOH this week? Who you think is going to win the POV this week? That's my question. I don't know what the competition is. That's the problem. If I knew what the competition is, it would be a little easier to predict. So I don't like that aspect. I really don't. I'm trying to hop on one of the spoiler pages to see if they have anything. Nope, they don't. Somebody put on Twitter, it only took Matt 45 seconds to negate Cam's 13-hour and 49-minute HOH. It's funny because it's true and it's shady. It's true, shady, and funny all at the same time. I'm cracking up. I did not see the cat throw up on the feeds. It's not funny that the cat threw up, but it's funny that the cat was on there long enough for you to see that. That is classic. If it's physical, probably Matt. It's probably Jag is really good at these competitions. Like, he doesn't lose by much. He loses by a little bit. And that was the case. Well, that was not the case today. He got like 115. I think Corey got 53, so he was down 18 seconds to Corey. And Matt got 45 seconds. Cam just got to practice being HOH this week. Bless his heart. LOL. Mimi for HOH. Well, y'all, I'm pretty tired. Thank y'all so much for hopping on here. I've been on here like 3-4 times today. Some of y'all have been on all of those. I grind during the Big Brother season. I still have yet to take an off day. I believe if I still end up being able to go on my trip to Orlando, at least 1 or 2 of those days will be off days. And my birthday might be an off day, which is October 2nd. 1, 2, 3. I might have a handful of days that I end up missing, but out of 100 days, I will be here for at least 90 of them. I can guarantee you that. As long as I'm here, I will be here for like 90 of those 100 days minimum. Sari's not going to win yet, and that's her strategy right now. Veto Jag. Oh, I read that already, and it was bad. He thought he made a big move. Now it's trash. Because I don't like Cam, I am delighting in that. I'm finding that so hilarious. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Peanut butter jelly time. Edward. Classic HOH. Classic case of big talk and can't back it up. Big Brother is dirty for doing that on this of all eliminations. Like, you know, Big Brother does those kind of things already. But to do it after pressure cooker? Damn. Dang. Big Brother? That was shady. That was shady, Mr. B. Mr. B, that was shady. Yes. So thank you guys. I've been on here several times today. I'm on here several times every day, frankly. And to the point where some hating subscriber, or I don't know if they're a subscriber, they're like, you need to sleep. You need to do something else. I'm like, you need to get off my channel, sir or ma'am. And thank y'all for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more fire content. And we are out of here.
So you literally were one of my very first followers. And then when you followed me and I, followed back, I was like, this dude is cool. Like,
if they say talk to your manager, you just say, you know what, talk to the hand. You don't need to be on my podcast. But, yeah, dude. Yeah, you do a great job.
Thank you. I always get a kick out of talking with you on Patreon. You have a really good, view on it.
That wasn't planned.
You know what?
Thank
but
you.
I like this Canadian.
Well,
I like this one.
well, thank you.